Now, after being I guess one of the pieces that we get to touch on too much. So we got to talking about you being an employee, but you kind of getting to being a tech consultant. Like, what was that exactly?
So early on, I really got smacked in the face with corporate bullshit.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so what happened was I was an intern making like $16 an hour.
And at what point in time was this?
So this was 2010 when I got my first job as an intern.
Okay.
Graduated college like 2012. And so I was an intern and at the same company, and I was like, okay, like when I graduate, like I'm going to get a starting level engineer salary, which at the time in the area was like $60K.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go from the $30K intern salary to $60K. But when the time came and I graduated, they're like, oh, that's too big of a raise to give you in 1 year. Like,
what?
We can give you like up to $45K, not all the way to 60.
Did they know that you were making only $30K at the time?
Oh yeah.
Like, because you're in the internship.
Yeah.
And then
same company, and like I wanted to stay there after I graduated,
crazy.
and they're like, no, we can't give you that much of a raise. I was just like, what? And they're like, yeah, but we appreciate you.
This is what you talk about with the corporate BS.
Yes.
Okay.
And so this is more like, it's not a tech company. Yeah. It's like, it's a massive global organization. They make like construction equipment and tools and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's not like a modern tech company.
Yeah. It's good that you touch on that, because one of the things that we talked to our audience a lot about is, hey, you can do a tech job at a non-tech company, which is cool, but at the same time, sometimes the downsides to that could be that it's not going to be the same tech culture and the same benefits that are in this industry.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was like one of the seeds that was like, okay, like I need a different kind of company, a different kind of job.
Yeah.
Fast forward a few years, I read a book called Getting Real by the Basecamp founders. Mm-hmm. It's a small book.
Basecamp, yeah.
And that like really opened my mind to like, me as like nobody but knows how to code can build my own software company and like make money on the internet, like relatively easy.
That's
like,
true.
Not easy, but like much easier than like making something like a piece of hardware, like starting a restaurant or whatever. Like takes more capital and things.
Yeah.
But to start a software company, it's relatively simple. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do this someday. Mm-hmm. So that was like the second thing. Third thing was the CEO comes to town one day, like to do a presentation or whatever.
And this is that same company that you're at?
Yes, big company, global company. And the CEO is there, and like there's thousands of people in the audience or whatever. And I was like, watching him, and I was like, I deserve his job.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
Like I should be.
Yeah, I can do that.
And then kind of the last thing was like, sometime in there, I realized that I was really only able to give like 15% of my capacity at work. There was just so many skills that I could bring to the table that I just wasn't able to.
Also, basically you're saying that there are other skill sets you had, but they were limiting you to that.
As like a mid-level developer,
like
I'm there to like, code some stuff. Mm-hmm. They're not letting me like influence marketing or like any of the other stuff. Yeah. I'm like, I could be doing a lot better job if you just let me be the CEO.
Man, that's so crazy how, and obviously they didn't allow you to get CEO. I guess how far along how high up did they promote you to? So
I didn't really get promoted too much. Like I was at mid-level kind of developer. Yeah. I was towards senior level. But at the time I was trying to get a job at startups because I was like, okay, a startup, smaller team, I could use more of my skills. Yeah. And I saw the tech culture and stuff, and I was like, I want that. Mm-hmm. Like my company was terrible.
Yeah.
And so I was trying really hard to get a job as a startup, but like no one would give me the time of day because I'm just like this guy at the time. I was living in Minneapolis at just a random company. Mm-hmm. So I finally gave up on getting a job at a startup, and I was like, I'm just going to go be a consultant because then I'm the boss and I can really manage my own stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I'm going to be a consultant. But that's kind of a process. Like, where do you even start? Mm-hmm. Right.
Especially because around what time, what year was this?
So this would have been 2017.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're getting to an era where now you can leverage.
I was I was senior level. I could go build something from scratch. Fine.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was actually moving out of the state at that time, mm-hmm. and so I had to quit that job, and I needed something else. I was like, okay, that's a perfect time to be a consultant, make the switch. So I was trying to find clients, and I just like wasn't finding any. And so finally, a month before we were moving, I told the company, I was like, hey, I'm leaving, and but I'm happy to stay on as a consultant if you want, because like I know you're wanting me to build this new web app that like not really anyone else in the company knows how to do except for me.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to just like be a consultant and work for you, but it'll be remote because I didn't have remote.
Yeah, this before the remote work boom.
And they're like, okay.
Yeah.
And so that was a huge moment, because I went from working 40 hours a week to 30 hours a week. I went from being in the office to remote, and my salary almost tripled overnight.
Sheesh.
For doing the same work.
That's correct. So you got a huge pay increase, triple, working less hours and working remote.
Yes.
All by you taking that huge step and being like, hey, look, man, were you nervous like when you came to them about it, or kind of what was your, I know you had to make the decision either way.
Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't know what was going to happen. Like, you know, like I'm going to need some money, but like I just trusted that it would work out somehow.